I'm Jenny Shepherd. I'm one of the 999 Call for the NHS team that has brought a judicial review against NHS England because we think that their new accountable care organisation contract is unlawful. And I'm outside the Manchester Civil Justice Centre today, where we've just had the judge hand down his ruling on the judicial review, and we're very disappointed to say that he's refused the judicial review. But we're not very satisfied with the legal grounds for his refusal, and we have 21 days to consider an appeal with our legal team. So that's what we're going to be doing from now on. And just to explain a bit, accountable care is a system used in America by the Medicaid and Medicare system, which provides limited state-funded health insurance for people who are too poor or too poorly to get private health care. And basically NHS England is importing the business model for that into the NHS. And we've brought our judicial review on two grounds. Firstly, that we feel that the imposition of this form of paying for NHS services is unlawful under current legislation, and we think it's absolutely vital that government agencies respect the law. So that's the first principle. So the second principle that we're defending in the judicial review is that the core NHS principle is that it's a comprehensive service for all. And this contract is going to restrict patients' access to care. So that's why we've brought the judicial review. Like I say, the judge has refused it. We have 21 days to appeal. But in the meantime, we're also running an on-the-ground practical campaign called NHS for All, which is about helping local campaign groups mobilise to stop the imposition of accountable care in their areas. Now, this is happening on three levels. At the end of 2015, NHS England told all the NHS organisations in the country to divide themselves up into 44 areas and to prepare sustainability and transformation plans. These 44 plans have now evolved into partnerships, and they've all changed their name into something else. Already 10, including Manchester where we are today, have been fast-tracked to set up accountable care organisations. Because of the judicial review and another judicial review, NHS England has actually withdrawn the contract, and Manchester and the other area of Britain, which is Dudley, have both said that they're not going to go ahead at the moment with setting up an accountable care organisation. But in fact, accountable care is going ahead across the country under different names. So although NHS England says it's pulled the accountable care organisation contract pending the outcome of the judicial review, and then they've conceded that there must be full public consultation on it, we're absolutely aware that all the sustainability and transformation partnerships are moving ahead at speed towards setting up what they're now calling integrated care systems, but it's the same beast under a different name. And we know that this is being implemented at three different levels. It's being implemented at the level of the whole region for the Sustainability and Transformation Partnership. It's then also being implemented at the level of individual clinical commissioning groups and local authority areas, and they're called place-based integrated care systems. And the third level that they're being integrated at is GP practices are being grouped into large-scale hubs to serve between 30 and 70,000 patients, and they too are being set up as locality integrated care systems. So this is happening right throughout the NHS at every level, from regional to local to GP practice based, and it's going to entirely change the nature of the NHS. It takes the national out of NHS, they become local health systems, and they're operating on a completely different business model where what treatments patients can get access to is no longer decided on clinical grounds of clinical need. It's decided on grounds of clinical need combined with financial consideration. So essentially it's a switch to an insurance model of healthcare. We're urging all local campaign groups to fight this at their regional level. And we've got a bunch of materials that go under the hashtag NHS for All, and they provide guidance about how to operate with councillors, because a lot of this is being done through health and wellbeing boards, and council cabinets are involved in this, and MPs, and working with individual people to mobilise them. So there's a whole bunch of campaign resources on our NHS for All website, on the 999 Call for the NHS website. And we will come and talk with people to share information about this. We think it's really important not just to challenge it through the courts, through the legal system, but to challenge it through the grassroots political processes on the ground, with councillors, with public opinion, with MPs. And in the end, we're campaigning for the NHS to be fully returned to public ownership, management and provision, funded to an appropriate level with a rational planning system which isn't based on competition and contracting. And that means supporting the NHS reinstatement bill. That's our ultimate campaign goal.